Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is our intuitive exercise for the day. So we are using and I don't have the box with me, it's a new deck that I just reviewed not too long ago. The Moon Garden deck, the Tarot of the Moon Garden deck. There it is. Yeah, Tarot of the Moon Garden deck. So we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and King of Swords. So we got one major arcana in the Wheel of Fortune, and that is major events and situations that will not go unnoticed, right? Major arcana. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about exactly that, the Wheel of Fortune, either going for you, toward you in a positive way, or against you, right? In a negative way, depending on how the cards are around it connect with it, right? We have, let's see, two swords. Swords is air element, and it has everything to do with the mind, logic, intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, which are two different things, right? And it also, on a more negative aspect, has to do with mind manipulation, right? Depending on how the cards are laid out and how they're connected, right? So then we have Pentacles. Pentacles is earth element, which is everything in our material world, right? Everything that we can see, hear, feel, touch. Has everything to do with our material being, our material relationships in this earth world, our wealth and abundance, right? And the Suit of Cups is water energy, water element, and it is very fluid, right? And it has everything to do with emotions, feelings, intuition, very fluid, right? And let's see. So we went through the Wheel of Fortune. So the Five of Swords, the number 5, talks about challenges and changes, right? It's about walking away with either a victory over whatever that specific 5 is challenging or changing for you in your life, or for the pretend person that we are reading for, right? And it also reflects the lessons that we learn if we don't, because either way, we're going to get through that 5, that challenge of the 5, right? Whether we're victorious or not, doesn't matter. We're still going to walk away with a lesson. You always walk away with something, right? The Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving element in the deck of tarot, right? But it's also the slowest moving knight out of all the court cards, right? It's the slowest moving. He's methodical. He's very much contemplating his next move, figuring out which path to take, how to present himself, how to present this material offer, right? Because knights present offers. Pages present messages. And yes, knights also represent messages, but they're offers. They're messages of offers. Whereas pages, when they deliver their messages, they are messages of inspiration or of something new, right? The Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving, but also always forward moving. He takes his time. He contemplates, what's the best route. Because he's one of those guys that is like, I need to know that this is a hill I'm willing to die on kind of thing before he presents his offer. He needs to know that he can cash the check he's about to write, right? So very trustworthy knight. And when he presents his offer, he means it, right? The Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card, right? So tens represent instant manifestation. It represents the ending of a cycle or a journey and a beginning of a new one. A lot of people forget to say that last part because they think, okay, well, the 10 is the ending, but it's also the beginning of something new. It's the ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new cycle, right? And tens speak to instant manifestation, the completion of something, and completing your manifestations, right? The Ten of Cups speaks to happily ever after, whatever that happily ever after is for you as an individual, right? Not everybody wants, the spouse and the children and the white picket fence. Some people want other things. They want, a penthouse apartment in New York City. I don't know. But whatever that happily ever after is for that person that is being read for, that's what that happily ever after is for them, right? So the Two of Pentacles speaks to balance. It speaks to creating material balance in this material world, balancing your life, right? Work and play, work, home life, balancing creating your new business or building your business while still maintaining your family life, or creating balance between a relationship with an intimate partner while still being able to manage your personal affairs, right? Your personal work life and friends and all of that stuff, being able to balance everything, right? In our material world. The King of Swords speaks to he's the king of his kingdom. He's in charge of all of the people who live in his kingdom and keeping them safe. He is very knowledgeable. He is very educated, and he is very truthful. He gives good counsel. He receives good counsel. He does not deal with anything less than the truth, much like the Queen of Swords. Only the Queen of Swords is more action-oriented, whereas the King of Swords is more of an intellectual. Like if this card were viewed in a negative aspect, or as other people would read it in reverse, let's say. I don't read reversals, but the negative aspect of this card would be a person who is manipulative, who manipulates other people to do their bidding and is conniving, right? The King of Swords is very much an intellect. He is very, very wise, and he is all about strategy and being able to see things before they're coming. The Suit of Swords doesn't have anything to do with emotion. So That's why it's such a difficult suit for many people, because there is no emotion attached to it. We as human beings automatically have emotion attached to everything that we are, whether we want to admit that or not. There's always a level of emotion involved with our being in everyday life. Male, female, doesn't matter. Emotion is part of our human makeup, right? So that's why the Suit of Swords is quite difficult. And it's also why the Suit of Cups can sometimes be overwhelming, because a lot of times people will not acknowledge the level of emotion that is involved with their daily lives. They may say, I don't give a flying this, that, or the other thing, but that doesn't mean that there is some kind of emotion involved with it, right? Because even when you don't care, you still have some level of caring to not care. Caring enough not to care. Feeling like you have no choice but to cut off that specific type of emotion towards a person or situation, right? So which card were you intuitively drawn to first? That's where you want to start first. And then just take a deep breath and let those messages come to you from your intuition. I would love to see in the comment section below what your perspective on this collection of cards is today. So we got 2 oracles. We got one from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see how they connect. What did we get? Chaos and conflict. Well, that's appropriate for these cards, right? Number 33, chaos and conflict. Let me read from the let me read from the guidebook, number 33. Oh, goodness gracious. 33. Chaos and conflict. Essential meanings. Disarray. Being at cross purposes with another. The tension of opposites. The value of chaos before order. The Oracle's message. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Relationship message. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before. For this storm will have passed. blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightening, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. Prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be assured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. Interesting. Very interesting. How is that connecting for you? Okay, let's see. We've got Into the Lonely Woods, which, as you all know, is my favorite oracle deck. It's number 5, the Lonesome Gardener. Isn't that beautiful? I just really love these cards so much. So I will look that up and read the description. How are these connecting for you? Let me know in the description, or not in the description, but in the comment section below. Here we go. Number 5, the Lonesome Gardener. You are learning the joy of tending to something wild until it can become something giving and warm, just as you are now. Your care and attention have been something new. Your care and attention have given something new the space to grow and become abundant. This is now reflected in your soul. Look within and see how what you helped nurture in the world is now growing within you. Where once all felt barren and unknown, there is fertility and connection. You turned away from the voice of the world and listened instead to the wisdom of the growing world. Because of that, all is blooming and rich and verdant once again. You have made the wasteland a paradise. You have sown the seeds from which blessings can now come forth. Isn't that something? How is that connecting for you in this beautiful set of cards? Let me know in the comment section below how these oracle cards are either confirming or connecting for you with the cards that we drew today. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.